I have chapstick if you.
That'd be really helpful.
Welcome back to Blunder Dungeon.
Oh, David's doing the intro. Hit it.
I have no idea what we're doing, but I'm gonna smile at least twice while I'm doing it.
Do you want to give like the background as to what happened today? Why we're not recording a normal campaign episode?
So background is everyone but Tanner shows up, and then Corey joins, and it looks like he has seen a ghost and has lost about 10 pounds of
He
sweat.
looked so bad. He looked so awful.
So
Why did he hop
leave.
on the call?
Probably just to tell us, because he said it happened 5 minutes before we started.
I think also he wanted the weight of like video verification. We were eyewitnesses to his state.
He looked
yeah.
awful.
Oh, it wasn't just like, oh, I'm feeling under the weather. It was like
No,
it was
no, no.
I was about to
visible
say.
illness.
I genuinely
the
thought,
best.
like, my first thought was like, he just threw up when he joined.
His eyes were like watering.
Either that or he had been sobbing.
Yeah.
Which is why I didn't want to ask, did you just throw? I didn't want to say it looked like you just threw up because I didn't know if he had like a horrible loss or something.
So we gave him 30 minutes to breathe, and he said, "No can do, coach."
Yeah.
Entirely understandable. Cameron says, "Join the Zoom. I have an idea," and we're here.
And riff?
So now we have to riff
Riff?
based on nothing because we know less than nothing.
Nothing we
about what we're
can't
doing
circle
here.
back on next week, though.
We've proven that
That's
we
so much
can't
better.
well circle back.
So my idea is this. We're 15 episodes in to the campaign. Let's just talk about it.
Oh,
That's what I was gonna say, kind of.
Thoughts?
Yeah.
We just like talk for
That's
30
great.
minutes and then we can...
Who
I like
has
it.
who has listened back? Is it
I'm-
just David and I?
I am on the episode past. Oh, I'm on Cooper F.
I am almost done with pets.
Oh.
So I'm a
I
little further back.
have not listened back.
To anything, right?
No, I don't like. I guess I could listen to Paris and Woolsey. I don't like listening to hours because I've
I
already
thought you were about
done
to
it.
say you don't like listening to D&D.
Well, so yeah, we can talk about anything and everything. But Woolsey, you've listened to everything, right?
No, I'm only listening back through the full episodes with everyone, only in like episode 9 or so.
Oh, got it.
That's where I am. 10.
So, we can just chat and yawn face. We can just
Chat.
Tanner, what? Let I think it'd be interesting to hear.
Let's chat about chat.
It'll be interesting to hear what Tanner remembers.
Yeah. Let's have Tanner describe retell the entire campaign.
Yeah.
Recap everything that's happened so far. So start with
All
episode
right.
1.
Yeah. So we arrive on set to a new TV show. We're ready to audition. There's a bird, a hippo, and 3 humanoid other species. There's an annoying dude named Fapplebit, and he's trying to narrate a show that is happening, the tryouts, if you will. This is the 2nd season of Chinam Wants You, and we're about to audition. We riff very well in the waiting room.
It's so
Probably our best acting yet.
Yeah, it's awesome.
First 5 minutes.
And we basically take a personality quiz before our audition, and then we teleport to a different realm and then back into reality.
Yeah.
Into the realm of whatever the name of the realm is called.
Chinam. You're
Already said it.
Exterior snow.
You can speed it up a little bit.
A lot of detail.
The
Broad
the
strokes.
bullet points. First episode, great. You did a great job.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Sometimes you have to thank and welcome yourself.
Yeah, and then we killed an entire village because they were mining for rocks, and we deemed that unworthy.
Yeah.
We found a golden slug. We met a fake friend who betrayed us. Met up with the hippo and the other humanoid girl or guy. I actually don't know.
What?
Oh, Allison, I guess.
That's crazy.
With dragon.
What?
Pet dragon.
With dragon.
Parents are on roller coaster. Parents are zombie. We killed a camera. We visit a group of infected orcs.
Uh-huh.
Some pirate ship sails away. Still don't know the purpose of that. And then we go back and there's some fog, and then we find the person who betrayed us. And it turns out he made up the meeting. It got rescheduled. But it didn't get rescheduled because it was never actually a meeting. We tortured him, got some information, but not all information. And then we turned 5 innocent people into stone.
Forgot about
It, tangentially, I guess, like
Tangentially.
kind of.
I met the coolest rat pigeon ever,
Uh-huh.
named Ratatouille. Very sophisticated creature. And then we found a wagon by a river.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah,
That was good.
You remember a decent amount.
The going between like the huge details, not knowing like the characters' names that you've played with forever, and then details such as we found a wagon.
Can we talk about the different pronunciations of Locrine that we've heard throughout?
Yeah.
It's actually one of my biggest pet peeves.
What have you heard?
Just a different thing every time.
There's been
I
at
think-
least 7, I think.
It's been like Lockdreen, Lakitu, like Lionel Richie.
I
Never
think
met-
Corey
never
just
met any of those.
says anything that starts with an L and has like a sound.
Yeah.
Anything he can conjure in his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I
That
said
was-
Laka Donkich at one time.
I don't think so.
You're just rattling off things you wish you'd thought of in the moment.
Yeah,
That was all
fix it in post.
pre my note of learn people's names.
Yeah. It was like 4 episodes too long of a bit.
Yeah.
I try to only do it to Lokedreen.
Thank God you can't do that anymore.
Yeah. Like, because
Yeah.
I normally antagonize NPCs.
Just
That is true.
NPCs.
Yeah. Unless they're animal creatures.
So one thing that I was going to talk about before we started the recording, if we had played, was do y'all know the concept of the hero's journey, or the hero's quest?
In
As like a-
literature?
It's
Yeah.
like an archetype, or does archetype have to do with like a specific character or role? But it's it's the storyline that's most stories.
Yeah, like they embark on some kind of journey, whether that be like literally moving from place to place or just like going through something significant.
Marked for greatness. Things like that.
The big thing about it is that they generally go through some kind of change, and that's what makes this story interesting, or their character interesting. And I want each of you to start thinking about that as the campaign picks up, and thinking about what your character's arc is going to be, because that's more for y'all to figure out, and than for me to figure out. It's more my job to figure out what your characters are going to literally go through, like physically, and more of like for y'all to understand like what you want your character's development to be.
How we react to that.
Yeah. So Tanner, for example, Gradient it doesn't have, he could still be antagonistic to NPCs later on. But it did, I was thinking about it earlier, how Gradient is quite abrasive. And, you know, I just interested to see where he goes.
I feel like there's only,
he should go somewhere.
It's very, there's not really any direction that I can't go.
That is true.
You've been very kind to
animals. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say to animals. I feel like
Yeah.
Animals.
be a theme.
Eventually this maybe also like, you know, not everything has been introduced about all of your characters. Like you'll find stuff out later on.
I was wondering
Sure.
if we ever heard. I can't remember if we shared. We shared what our wishes were in the. Did everyone share? I don't remember what Gradient's wish was.
Sure.
I don't think everyone shared.
Okay, that'll be.
I think
interesting,
only
too.
Benny and Mavros shared.
Yeah.
When did we wish?
Well, so if the prize for winning Chanam Wants You, the show, is that you get a wish.
Oh,
spell.
your wish. Yeah, your one wish.
Yeah.
Oh, that we sent that before the campaign, right?
I just couldn't
Okay,
remember
maybe.
if
We
everyone.
did.
I thought we hadn't all shared, but I couldn't remember.
I don't know if
I
everyone,
don't think we
I don't
did.
think so.
I'm wondering. Let's see.
but just something like I think that taking like ownership over your character's journeys emotionally is an important step. That being said, David, do you have any particular highlights from the campaign so far? Anything that sticks out to you?
I think one from listening was actually that back and forth, the riffing y'all were doing in the waiting room, because my first episode was me going first, doing my like run through, and then sitting in my own little breakout room for like an hour.
Right.
And literally all I did was like somebody entered, everyone was sad, and then Cameron would jump out and go and take somebody else through. And then another was, it was during the battle for Karoti. I went down and I was doing my death saving throws and I rolled a nat 20 and I didn't know that got me up. And so you like see my live reaction to learning that. That was exciting.
Yeah,
That's sick.
It was awesome.
Yeah, that is, I think, one of my favorite like combat moments that we've ever had, just like in general playing throughout podcast and just playing before podcast.
That's when Gradient starts to like Mavros and like
Yeah.
feeds the chicken with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We dap.
true.
We
Yeah.
dap a little bit.
We have a Selly now. Yeah.
Do we? We haven't done that since.
Well, we haven't really fought since.
True.
Gradient,
Thank God, there was too much combat in
So
Karoti.
a lot of God. It was by choice. Y'all could have handled it so differently.
They deserved it.
Tanner, do you feel like Gradient wants to live?
Well, I think he does now.
Now he does.
Yes.
Why?
Because he almost died.
And he didn't like that.
Also
He
by
didn't like how that
choice.
felt.
Yeah, he didn't like almost dying.
Got it.
For seemingly no reason.
Yeah. Well, do you think? Okay, let's say if Gradient had, like, let's say you still jump in front of the bullet, then Stacy has a change of heart, and you wake up. What happens?
Then I would feel fulfilled with that action.
But like, do you think like would you live for Stacy from then on out, or like how would your motivations change?
Yeah, I think it depends on Stacy's motivations. Because if they're very like, anyway, I'm staying in Karoti, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because right now it just
Misread that.
But listening to you now, it sounds like you're just living not to die.
Not necessarily. It's I'm aimless, but I'm not just like not wanting to die. I still there's still curiosity from what's happening with the whole situation.
Sure.
Yeah.
Paris, any particular highlights from the listen back or anything that's happened since?
I was gonna mention Stacy because I just listened to that interaction or a lot of those interactions, and they were really funny. The HR scene I feel like is just top for me. I also just listened back to the when we're all at the camp and we're talking about like killing for the first time. And I thought that whole fight with like Graz was really fun and kind of just like different combat for us.
Yeah,
just
that
using
was
the
a lot of
grease
fun.
and like
That being kind of stuck in the stairwell.
yeah, and like fighting characters that are low AC is like fun because you hit a lot, but then they like survive longer. So I felt like that was really fun, and like pushing Cross down the stairs multiple times was fun. So
So is there anything like that has in your listen back, because this is the first time you're hearing what's happened with Knack, Mavros, and Gradient? Is there anything that like surprises you that you wouldn't have expected, like in terms of the way that they've like what?
More so just like information that they haven't told us yet that like is like kind of important. Not like insanely important, but just like we didn't know anything about the previous season or like the finale not airing or any of that context.
Sure.
But I feel like there'll be more. But it's fun to like hear. I feel like when you listen back through hearing like the path that that like team took and now how that's gonna like affect, like I thought that in the last episode that was really interesting that like our two groups, like now that we're joined together, there's still like some separation with how we're like viewed, so how we're gonna like kind of merge is interesting. Yeah
Woolsey, do you feel how have you felt about the main Green Rangers?
I think
MGR.
that it's been interesting to listen back and hear how different they are to Benny. Like it's such a stark contrast sometimes, going back and forth. But I feel like they like we were talking. We had with Allison. We had that talk about what killing means and who deserves to die, and then listening and just saying let's fucking do this to kill all the guards was it's different.
Let's fucking go.
I agree, but I'm excited for Benny to grow a little bit. I feel like it's a little bit of a coming of age story in my mind for him of his reality shifting very early on, very like pro cop. and I think that comes from his upbringing, and his worldview is going to shift. I think that his hometown is going to look a little different when he gets back to it, because he's definitely lost some innocence, but I'm kind of thinking that his role now can be some sort of balance between his ideal worldview and teaching that to the main Green Rangers as best as he can, and then also facing harsh realities of the real world. One of my favorite moments that I was that you guys haven't the characters haven't learned about was Allison's backstory, and I'm excited for that. Was one of the highlights for me was getting to play Bax. And then that was a lot of fun, and then I thought that was one of the most like emotionally captivating parts of the show so far was your backstory, and I think Benny's trying to get you to talk about it a little more, trying to pry. But yeah, that's just what I've been thinking about. But the main Screen Rangers are so fun to listen to. Sometimes it's not fun to be the cop in D&D.
No, I laugh like so much listening to like the other crew,
No,
and then like it feels like it's like it's so different when I like go back and forth because I just like go from like laughing really hard to being kind of like locked in. It's funny.
You know animated movies where like a plot is like the main story and kind of like roller coaster of emotions and stuff, and then B plot is like for the kids. It's just like the random kid animals like going off on adventures and doing like Olaf. We are Olaf.
But there's been really like heartfelt moments like with you guys too, or like hints towards like conversations that I feel like now that we're all back together we'll like dive into more.
I think Knack has a backstory that has not been talked about even a little.
He doesn't say many words.
That I'm excited to get into at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And we will get a lot more Mavros backstory very soon.
Nice.
David, has there
Your
been
fam.
things listening to Benny and Allison that you've like that surprised you or that stood out to you?
I think it's funny that you mentioned that there's like been plot devices for us, and that I forget what episode that was, and then like listening to the things that they picked up on compared to our group just as a whole. That's why when I forget exactly what it was, but we were back in not Gashti Chanam. No, God, the tree.
Vishvam.
Vishvam.
Yeah.
And we could like break out into groups, and I immediately was like, I'm gonna go with Betty and Alice.
Well, I do wonder like how it would have changed if you had gone with Benny and Allison. Because actually originally I think what was going to happen because of availability, like back when Anne still thought that she was going to be able to be on the podcast, it was going to be Mavros, Benny, and Allison as one group, and then Anne's character and Gradient and Knack, just based on like when people could record.
Yeah.
I think that would have made it more chaotic.
I think so too. But like, I think that Mavros has been a product of his environment at certain points in the campaign.
I agree. When could we have encountered a camera? I assume that there was a camera we could have encountered.
Yeah, the whole time, but it was invisible. So you would have had to have the reason that Benny and Allison found theirs was Bax has blind sight, and they encountered somebody who could see the camera.
Gotcha.
Did we encounter someone who could see the camera?
Oh, we killed everybody.
No, you did. But
could Lokdreen?
Lokdreen knew the whole time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's a rat.
I was thinking about how we still don't really know who all was like a part of it. Like Violet, like we don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
it's just
who.
somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also don't know if this is happening to every single contestant on Shanam What You right now.
Oh, like there could be more.
All across the
They don't have
country.
plot. They don't have plot armor though, so they're probably
True.
Yeah, great. Yeah, to be fair, it seemed like the main Green Rangers had plot armor in that battle.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
that was wild. It was so close to total party kill.
I don't think I rolled
so
below
close.
a 13.
Yeah, I don't. What would we have done? Who knows?
I had 3 health for like a whole episode.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Not
Well,
ideal.
Lokdreen would have died for us to make it. Oh, okay.
Because his whole goal was to get you to Vishvam.
Yeah.
and he like cares enough about Sparkleworks to kill himself.
Oh yeah, he I guess just did
If
that.
he had done, so go ahead, Tanner.
No, I was just saying, like, the more you think about it, Locrian had like no business staying with our group based off of our interactions. Like we like did not welcome him in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it
Yeah.
makes sense that his
Oh,
only
that's a
motivation was for
sign.
Sparkleworks.
Hmm.
Yeah, he was really
reluctant
a
to.
tough one for him.
Yeah.
If he had died prior to getting us to Vishvam, were you thinking about how you would have hinted to us that he worked for Sparkleworks? Or would it
I
just
don't
been
think
revealed later?
It probably would have been revealed later somehow. But it I thought that there's a chance that he was gonna die
Yeah.
in the battle. But
Did you have a backup spy to get us to
Backup
Vishwan?
well, it doesn't matter now. Onyx Brow was with Sparkleworks. Y'all found the Sparkleworks talking device in his room.
Did I, or was that?
You were asleep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we still don't know who's on the other end of that.
Wait, so
That's
Onyx
annoying.
Brow would have killed Did Onyx Brow know Locrian was a spy?
Not until Locrian attacked him. There are levels. Onyx Brow was a lower
I was about
level.
to say,
A lower
yeah.
level.
It sounds like
Oh.
Locrian was above him.
Yeah. As
Cameron,
far as
what's
Sparkleworks goes.
So, okay, Onyx Brow didn't know Locrian worked for Sparkleworks.
Yeah. He thought that Locrian was just like a dwarf. Like
okay.
a guard.
A guard.
Yeah. And y'all, I don't know if you remember this, but Locrian was the one who you lost in cards to the night that y'all got to Kuroti. Do you remember that, Gradient?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
I don't remember it was Locrian, but I remember losing cards.
Yeah. What were you going to ask, Paris?
I was gonna ask what's been your biggest twist of how you thought something was gonna go so far, like how you planned it, and then what actually happened.
Can I make a guess?
Yeah.
Us going the HR route.
Yeah. That was
It's
crazy.
gotta be.
That was crazy. I didn't expect y'all to talk your way out of the mines.
The mines.
You got through the grate. You escaped prison very easily. Got into the grate, and then I thought that y'all were gonna get recaptured because there was no way. But then you just had a one-on-one, basically dominated Stacy into her believing you. Yeah, and then you talked your way out of it. And then at that point, I thought you were just gonna flee.
I
But then
wish we had fled at so many times.
you're
I
back
just
in.
dropped. Yeah,
Yeah.
the internet just dropped.
You were frozen for a second, then we just heard the words "the mines." So I don't know what you're trying to say.
I
But-
saw an. Go on.
Well, I was just gonna say that the answer is probably the way that they just decided to go balls to the wall and kill all the guards.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about with y'all.
I remember
I
you
feel like we
thought
try
though.
to stay on the track as much.
Yeah.
I just feel like you do so much prep work, and make the maps and everything. So part of my brain is we're just trying to solve the mystery. So most times the clues are on the tracks. So I think we generally, especially Paris is the type of person to guess the twist of any movie as soon as it starts, and I'm always
Drives Austin crazy.
surprised, and
Yeah.
I'll say something that's super obvious that she realized 20 minutes before.
You said something insane the other day. I have to tell this story because it blew my mind. We were watching a show about a serial killer, and they're talking about this serial killer who killed a bunch of girls. And then they cut to a scene of this girl riding her bike down this isolated path. And then 45 minutes later, Austin's like, that's one of the girls that died, I bet.
Yeah, so you play detective during it, and Benny's just along for like stupid like SpongeBob jokes. But
But I don't think that's the best way to play D&D. Like, I try to release that like solving.
it's a way. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun to
Honestly,
try to solve a mystery.
I think it's fine if you're in a party that has multiple different kinds of players.
Yeah, true.
Like if
good to have
the
balance.
entire party, like I think you're a great player, Paris. But if the entire party was Paris's, then like it would be like a very difficult DMing situation. The same way that if the entire party was Tanner's, then it would be a very difficult DMing situation. I think that we have a group that is very like if each person was like. If everyone was like Corey, if everyone was like David, if everyone was like Woolsey, then I would like want to claw my eyes out. But like the fact that everyone plays in like slightly different ways is very very helpful.
I thought you might say from our side the scene with the witch, because I remember you saying like you wanted her to be like really wise and like cool. And we didn't really let her be that role.
No, I appreciated it. Like I think that we are not. The goal of this show is not to take D&D super super seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that the biggest surprise for y'all, I think, was I think I had a moment of panic when Allison wanted to continue exploring the ghost ship as it was sinking and attacking you.
That was a bad choice.
Yeah.
That was a choice.
No logical reason.
Because you're trying to look for clues. You're obsessed with clues.
Sorry, Tanner, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was saying, talking about Paris's investigation skills. This isn't related to this campaign, but she was the one to figure out, or at least the first one to figure out, in the D&D Pirates campaign, the bar scene where you were fighting each other.
Yeah.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember that.
She's about solving it. She is.
I try to pick characters that I can like make it a personality trait because I know that it's my like Allison's like super suspicious of people and I just know that I'm gonna play that way. But I have such a good time in like another campaign we do a flashback where I get to be a goblin every once in a while. And like I have so much fun just being like chaotic and like I like jumped off a cliff last session. Like it's like so fun to like play that way too. So
y'all said like, what if we're still in the show in like episode 2?
Yeah, but we were just throwing like stuff at the wall because we had no idea, and we still like I still don't know the full scope of what's going on.
I think I have a note in my phone from our first session
this is
where
what
I
she
wrote my
does.
conspiracy.
Oh yeah, can you say it?
I'm gonna look for it and see if I can find it.
You have a note?
I will say that.
Oh wait, David, do you write notes?
No.
Yeah, that's a big difference actually between the groups was notes versus no notes.
My notes are really
I get
bad
to just
though.
glance over at your notes.
I just
Okay.
listened
It's
to
like
where I wrote
practicing improv.
Orcish Coast and
You
then
can't do
immediately
that.
forgot it. So.
Yeah.
I don't like when I'm playing. I don't like taking notes. It's like it makes me feel like out of
That's
it.
not my job.
Yeah.
I keep stickies.
Actually, usually in D&D situations, it is actually supposed to be a player's job to take notes and to
I
like recap the
keep
sessions
sticky
for the
notes.
DM.
Oh, sticky.
Yeah, and most of
I'm
them
not
just
gonna
have
play in
dumb
those
shit on it.
games.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, David. My
Like this
favorite
note
saying.
doesn't even
I
say
don't want
anything
to play
helpful.
ranked D&D out.
Dude, true. Yeah.
I will say, I think one of the biggest, like one of the nicest things that has happened on this podcast is seeing how much David has improved at D&D. And particularly just with like paying attention to the story and like role playing and like being like in the world.
It's funny kind of comparing it to, not to plug Mountain Men games, but comparing it to like how I play PokeMMO. Because like Pokemon is obviously something I've played forever, but I have zero interest in learning any more about it. As you can see, like I wouldn't say I'm difficult, but I'm not interested in learning more. Like the only thing I've picked up on is typing over time, like barely. But with D&D, I do have an interest, and I am like actively learning throughout the episodes, so it's cooler.
Yeah, it's funny to every once in a while hear David like ask be like, oh, can't I do this in terms of like a game mechanic? And I'm like, whoa, this is wild. Paris, did you find the note?
No, I couldn't remember when our first session was.
It was like
for this campaign.
March.
I write at least 4 notes a day. I'm not being dramatic.
You start new notes.
Yeah.
Damn. Oh my goodness.
And a lot of them are just like bullshit. I have like one that says 6:15 and nothing else.
That could be a clue.
Sorry, did you say when or around when?
I think like March was when we first recorded. Like that.
David, just know you are never worse than Ronick at Poke MMO.
Well, no, I know that, but I don't know what Ronik's Pokemon. He seems to know more than
That's
me.
the issue. He thinks he knows everything.
Yeah, he's a little overconfident.
There are times that's like I think we know similar. I think we have a similar grasp on Pokemon, but he definitely talks like he knows a lot more than I do.
He's lost.
Do you know what being burned does, David, in Pokemon?
To be so honest, I thought that it was the same thing. I thought it was just hurting you, but I wouldn't have gone into the battle burned.
I think that's the big difference.
But also, it wouldn't have taken y'all telling me that. I would never go into a gym battle.
Yes.
burned.
Yeah, because you're not insane.
Yeah.
But enough Ronick slander. As much as I love Ronick slander. Pabs.
Yeah.
Cam, what's your favorite NPC to play so far?
That's a good question.
Ooh.
Terrible.
Sorry. I'm looking for the note.
I haven't had a ton of NPCs.
That's
honestly. True. I think
Gain the blood.
Yeah, Cooper F is fun.
Blood.
The Witch was fun. Barry was fun.
Barry's a good one.
I felt a very special connection to Barry. I loved Barry.
Barry was fun just because
we gave him say goodbye to.
We gave him like a very specific personality.
Yeah.
The mouth tape.
Nice.
Yeah, he influenced Benny so much. Because Benny thought he was cool.
He's kind of just that Ashton Hall guy. Isn't that his name, Ashton Hall, on Instagram?
The Saratoga.
Yeah. Kind of just him. But now I'm happy now that it's just the 5 of y'all. Because I kind of needed NPCs to like get you to where you needed to go.
Yeah.
And now like the NPC that I have is a rat.
That only talks when I initiate, or David too, right?
Mavros could.
I
speak with animals too.
Yeah. Oh shit.
Oh, okay, nice.
But it seemed like private. It seemed important to you.
How much longer, like at what point were you like, I hate that we're still in Karoti? How much extra time did we spend there than planned?
So actually, the big reason why it took y'all so long to leave Karoti, number one, the combat took like 2 episodes, but also I think that I realized early on how long it takes to edit these episodes. And I was like, these episodes can be 2 hours long and we'll cut it down from 3 hours of footage. And that was so hard to edit down. Like 3 hours of footage, it just took so long. So I started shortening the recordings and we wouldn't get to as much. But the combat, I figured that y'all would get out of Karoti once the combat was over.
God, I wish.
You kind of did. I mean, you stuck around for an episode afterwards,
looting
to loot, and then
we
left
the
entire
in the
episode.
Evening, yeah.
But then you lost everything that you had,
yeah, you
right?
lost. So we still need to go through and decide what y'all actually lost versus what you had on your bodies.
I had a realization about the bartender. In Karoti, she was like mad at us that we killed all her clientele. But we didn't loot all her clientele. So all their money's still there. She could have just picked all their gold up and started anew with way more money.
Yeah, well, I think her thing was like, this is a very bad look, what happened here. as far as
Which part?
just the fact that
Oh, the
everyone
mass
died,
murder.
all the
Yeah.
prisoners
Mass.
escaped, and then she is the only one left.
That
And
would be a daunting.
eventually
premise.
there's going to be some kind of like enforcement that comes through and tries to decipher what happened.
It's not like it was televised.
Yeah, I think also a big thing that surprised me has been,
There was a camera there.
yeah, well, I think a big thing that surprised me was the perceptions of the prisoners in Karoti. Like, Nak was very sympathetic towards them. Mavros was kind of like,
I was
made
willing
your
to
bed, lie in
sacrifice
it.
them.
Yeah.
No, my plan was going to be like get out immediately by starting a riot and then like just hoping that the prisoners occupied the guards because it was like 4-to-1 ratio and we
Yeah.
just run out.
Yeah, that was kind of what you were planning on.
Who was sick? Wasn't someone sick and that's why Mavros was like...
Yeah,
Kill
it was
them
a
all.
guard that had the same affliction.
A prisoner.
Oh, it was a
Father.
guard.
was a
Oh, okay, it was a prisoner.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
David actually initiated the kill them all.
Yeah, but then like at the start of the next episode, y'all tried to reel me back. I said, "Oh yeah, maybe this isn't my mission." And you said, "Let's."
No, we're
Well,
doing this.
Yeah, granted, you drank all of the mimic blood. And you're like, let's fucking do this.
Yeah, off of the energy fed from the previous episode.
I will say that Gradient has been aggressive and he's been like a little unhinged, but I don't think he's ever bordered on like just random killing and like randomly being aggressive for no reason. Like, you wanted to kill all the guards because you were high on mimic blood. Like, at least you like have
Find
reasons for
reasons.
doing what you're doing. You know,
Yeah,
like,
I saw red.
and I listened back actually to when I edited the most recent episode that we recorded, I was going through the campfire scene. That in the moment I was like, what the fuck are y'all doing? But in reality, just about everybody played that as their character would play that. I think Mavros maybe should have been like a little bit more like thoughtful with his answer, but that's the only one. I think Gradient being like I'm gonna like not really try makes sense. I think Allison not answering makes sense. I think Benny just kind of like giving a stupid question makes sense.
Is this in the most recent one? That we just did?
Yeah. Where it was
I
like
was thinking about
truth
that
or
too,
farce.
where I should have been like, "Wow, I'm about to be home."
I think
Yeah.
I set
But I didn't really
everyone
come
up
up.
for failure because I could have definitely been more earnest, because that's kind of my role. And then I kind of made it a joke. I started
Yeah.
out
Yeah,
with a joke.
you set the
and then
tone
everyone
poorly.
like kind of was like, "What? Why? Why are we
Yeah.
doing this game if
Fucking
it's
guy.
a joke?" When the goal was to be an icebreaker, and then I just made it stupid, and then everyone made it stupid.
But I think you often play Ernest. Like, I think Benny needs those moments.
But I was trying to.
The
really
Yeah.
goal of the
to be
game
that,
was
yeah.
to break the ice, and then he was
Yeah.
like, he just bailed on that.
Yeah,
Well,
the
I
ice-
thought of the game, but not my own.
Yeah.
Not my own truth or one lie, one truth, and then so I
Yeah.
had to make that up in the moment.
I think what Benny said was like made sense for his character. I think that Mavros going immediately after Benny, like if Benny had given like a more like thoughtful like truth and lie, then I think Mavros would have given a more thoughtful truth.
Yeah.
You kind of brought it back at the end.
I feel like our talk with, me and Allison,
Yeah.
was nice,
Also,
and Nak too. Nak kind of saying that he didn't want to be a villain.
Yeah.
was
Yes.
That was
was a
cool.
cool character choice.
well, so I think y'all have been very good at like, even the main screen Rangers have been very good at like me saying like, what do you think? What's your character thinking about in this moment? And you give very thoughtful answers. Or like Gradient, I think like I was asking you like, what are you seeing as you're almost dying? You gave like a very good like role playing response. But I think that like where that needs to translate is like into like the actual dialogue and the actual role playing, instead of just being like, what are you doing? What are you thinking about in this moment? And you saying what like you telling me what you're thinking about in this moment instead of like
Yeah,
Right.
like
Yeah.
acting
Yeah.
it out
yeah.
during the session.
And
Yeah.
starting conversations with specific other like characters, I think, rather than opening things up to the like asking specific questions. But it's hard to, because we're all trying to. Sometimes we do default to video game and trying to just go to the next thing. It's hard to realize that this is a story and we can take a page of the book to like only focus on one character or one detail.
Well, this is where I was talking to Cameron earlier about like the different styles of DMing and what they prioritize compared to each other. Like, for example, Cameron is prioritizing like character development, for example. And then when I was doing the one shot, it was very I prioritize the plot. So
and combat.
Yeah, plot and combat.
Experiences.
So, because I didn't know that Cameron was focusing on character development, for example. So when I saw like an option to move the plot along or like create an elaborate plan to like get past scenario A, it made more sense than to, have like a dialogue with someone as like filler and then go to execute the scene.
But I don't even see like the character dialogue as filler. I see it more as like advancing the plot through the characters, as opposed to like advancing the plot like through like combat or through like I don't know, like I feel like Tanner, like the Pensacola campaign, for example, was like very like zoomed out.
Yes, 100%.
And the way that I like to be is like very zoomed in. And I don't think there's like a wrong or right way to do it. I think it just comes down to preference.
And Zomtalk is probably the perfect combination of all DMing styles.
Yeah, Zomtalk. I'm excited for Zomtalk episode 2.
Yeah, need to figure that out. I was almost like we could make David Osmodeus and figure it out. Yeah. But I was like, I don't have the mechanics for that.
David, you listen to Zomtalk?
Yes. If I were to join, I would listen again, though.
Can you make a Zomtalk theme song, Austin?
Oh.
I should have asked you for that.
That would be so
like
sick.
The like fake like pop like free music.
Oh god.
Like vibe,
so funny.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
we can add it in
the
for
sync
episode 2.
licensing.
Yeah, sync
someone
music.
says something about like not being in love, and then the song
like
immediately after is like, I'm not in love.
Yes.
Like it's so to the point.
Yeah.
Love Island music.
Yeah.
Well, I think
I gotta make more music.
So Paris and Woolsey and David, y'all all listen on to the podcast version, to the audio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
As Spotify it.
I watched Zomtalk. Yes.
I think most of we actually get like more views than I expected on our YouTube. Like that's where most of our like listens come from, is on YouTube.
Interesting.
But my favorite part of doing the podcast so far has been like adding in the music. It's been so fun, and like how every character has songs.
Yeah, those songs are awesome.
Yeah. It's been really awesome.
It's super fun, and I want to add more. It's just
Well, now that you know everything that's happening and every character, you can just go. You can just do. You have all the context basically now,
And like the map to
Go
like guide
buck
kind
wild.
of areas that we might go.
Yeah, true.
Like scenery wise.
it's literally the most fun part of everything. I get distracted too whenever it's in it, because I'm like thinking like, is this working? Like, is this too loud? Or things like that. Is it too busy and stuff like that? But I have such a blast making it. It's super fun.
I think that the video versions are fun, and if I had more time to edit, I would make the video versions even better, and I would add in like the music and stuff. But right now,
the maps you make are great.
Thanks.
It looks like a lot of time.
It's not.
It's not.
It's just a really cool website.
I've used that website to make one map, and it took me a long time.
Oh, really?
But it's probably just learning it. But it, it's very cool. I can't even imagine how many hours you spend editing.
It's fun. I think like as a writer, it's fun to just like have it happen. Like it's a very unique writing experience to like. Usually, you have to like beg your friends to like do a reading of your screenplay or like read something that you wrote. But in D&D, they're just like doing it.
Yeah.
Like it's just like the story is happening real time.
And now it like exists like to come back to one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what were we doing?
Super fun. Do you have any like idea, like, is there an episode number you're aiming for? Do you have an idea of an overall arc?
Yeah. I know where it's going to go. And I don't know exactly where it's going to go because y'all could do something that changes everything. But
Evil Benny. Watch out, folks.
But
that's what I was thinking about earlier when you're talking about our character arcs, and I was gonna say like Mavros's depends heavily on like the fate of his father.
Yeah.
That could be really interesting.
Oh gosh.
I think
Vengeful.
that Mavros right now has like the backstory and like the character arc that's most closely tied to like the story. And like closely tied to like what's happening in the actual world.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But
probably the most down the middle like hero of if there was of the story, like main character energy. Not that it's collaborative, but Benny C is much more Olaf in the the story.
Yeah. Well, that's honestly like that's part of why like the public or like that girl, for example, is just like loves Benny and Allison because you
screams
like
great with children.
And you don't even understand why. You think that you're just a little halfling, but there are things coming up very soon that I'm very excited for. I think that the next 2 episodes are going to be very fun, and I think that once y'all get the next like big arc is going to be really, really, really cool.
Sick. I'm so psyched.
It's just also fun.
I'm excited to learn more because at a high level, we still don't really know anything. Well, at least our group knows less probably.
And the idea, the note that you got said like, come like here to like be amongst people who like you can talk to. So the implication is that you'll learn more.
I did not find my note. I don't know if I might have written it down on one of my stickies.
Okay.
But I did write it.
No one believes you.
Some of these stickies make no sense. Like my notes aren't. I do write them, but I wrote shields with spirals on this one.
Mm-hmm. You don't know what that's referring to?
I think it was the women leading the blind.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I wrote, Yami is not head honcho.
Nice.
It's so cool because like this is it's like a book club where we get to like we're all like writing and reading and reacting to the same book. And we all get to like add stuff that we like individually to the story.
That's I think what I like most about D&D. And I think that in this campaign in particular, that's what I'm trying to go for a little bit more. As opposed to like the last campaign that I ran, I wanted to be kind of like a sandbox, like big world where y'all could just kind of do stuff in it.
It felt that way, yeah.
But this one is more just kind of like, this is like the story.
Mm-hmm.
You have great premises. Like the last one was super like with no one would know it, but the trial, we had like this series of trials that was really fun and a great way to learn and level up at the start. And then this just like the idea of the talent show and it being so unique with us being split apart was really interesting.
Yeah.
And unique and cool.
Yeah. I think that like I saw something came up on like Chantal's TikTok today that was like this guy for his group's like 32 year anniversary of playing D&D. Like they went to a castle.
Yeah.
But like I think that and I think it's more of like a Tanner kind of game that he described, where it's like the whole like thing was like they're in a castle and they're like under siege.
Yeah.
Which I thought sounded cool, but it sounded very combat and like game heavy.
Yeah.
That sounds sick.
Right.
Yeah.
But I do think that there are ways that like I think Tanner and I could both run it and have fun with it, but like we would do it in completely different ways.
Very different.
I think it would be cool.
But I think combat heavy lends itself really well to like a weekend trip or like a one shot.
Yeah.
But
like,
dude, I want to do more of that ship combat so bad.
That was cool.
it's so fun.
I think something that I've learned, and this will be the last thing I say, but this is something that I've learned is like how like something I really am trying to like experiment with different kinds of combat. And also just like making combat meaningful, like as meaningful as possible. Like we haven't had combat in like 3 episodes.
My parents being like tied up made it super meaningful.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, but I've thought about like you went down in one episode and I was like, oh, Allison definitely would have been like, you were like, I'm fine in person. So I didn't help you. But if I was thinking truly like what Allison would have done, like there was more emotional weight to be had in that moment than like what I did, you know?
We gotta all, I think we could all improve, you know, we're talking about the role play and the combat and finding moments in combat to describe. You guys are great at describing the physical actions that you're doing, and especially with gradient flying and everything like that, it adds a lot. But like saying, you know, having that dialogue, talking to the bad guys and stuff like that is a lot of fun.
The thing that saved the Karoti combat from just being like y'all shooting arrows from the ground and like fighting on a flat surface was gradient flying up onto the roof of the town. And that just like it gave the whole combat like flavor. And Onyx Brow was trying to climb up and Mavros used the jump spell.
If you didn't give me the jump spell, I was dead.
Yeah, Mavros used the jump spell to jump onto the tavern. Like just like literally, and like we've talked about it a bunch, but like the staircase fight, like just having like there be like a bend in the stairs, like that's literally all that it took for like combat to be interesting.
It doesn't have to be big and grand. It's just
something.
It's like something to interact with.
Yeah.
We will end with, what can we end with?
Let's give one big clap for Cam and all the work that he puts into this.
1, 2, 3. It's far enough from the beginning so that it's not confusing.
Don't get those mixed up.
Oh, I didn't clap because I was scared.
Let's give a clap for the music as well, because the music has been very, very fun to use. 1, 2, 3. And then let's give a clap for everyone for the genuinely like good role playing that has happened so far. 1, 2, 3. And if you're watching this, it depends, Tanner. The Pensacola vlog is probably out. Do you think it'll be out a week from Wednesday?
I'm gonna edit it tonight and then try to finish it on Thursday.
Okay, then it'll be out Friday. If it's finished Thursday, it'll be out Friday.
I've never edited a music video, so that'll be interesting.
It's hard.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be crazy. Just like,
I kind of want it to be crazy. I just want I'm big with like the music lining up with the visuals, especially with like the beat and like synchronizing like the cuts and action. I don't know. It'll be interesting though.
Don't be afraid to make it shorter than the actual song, because I don't know if we got enough footage. How long are you trying to make the song?
Well, the song is, how long was it, Austin? Like
I feel like it was like 30 seconds. It's like it was like a TV intro.
Then you're fine. 45 seconds?
It was the TV intro, right?
Yeah, it was a TV intro to Total Drama Island.
Okay, you'll have more than enough footage then, I think.
Which, by the way, Tanner, sounded great, and you have a good voice.
Yeah, you do.
And it lends itself really nice to that like kind of punky like
sounds like Green Day.
2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to like I couldn't hit the high notes at the end, so I wanted you to like kind of at least blend it or something. So that, and then
Well, we just
it
did
worked
what
out well.
everyone does. You know, everyone in the industry. A little pitch nudging.
Yeah, a little.
Yeah, a little
Yeah.
something.
Little
No, that was good.
auto-tune?
It makes it sound a lot better. Yeah, auto tune.
Yeah, the vlog is genuinely really fun. It's unhinged, but it's fun.
It'll be good.
And
to
the
remember.
confessionals add like a little bit of like structure to it, I think, and like understanding of what's actually happening.
I forgot we did that.
And it's gonna be like 23 minutes long.
Oh hell
Oh,
yeah!
wow.
Nice. Do you need me to film any like introductions or explaining any mechanics?
I don't think so, but I'll send
Okay.
you the final cut before we post it, and you can do anything that you think it needs.
Okay, yeah, perfect.
I don't think the goal is. I think we give enough of an idea of the vibe of the campaign.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I think if we were going to talk about the naval combat, we would make that a TikTok.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
All right. Watch the vlog, everybody, if you haven't seen it. And Tanner, we need another Blundies because I listened to the Blundies this morning just for fun. It was very fun.
Yes, I agree. I'm still keeping track. I have a PowerPoint file created.
Very nice.
No shot. I'll believe it when I see it.
Bye, everybody. We'll be back next week with hopefully actual D&D.
Rest in peace, Corey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thoughts and
We
prayers.
will
Thoughts and
miss you.
prayers.
We
Everyone
will
send your
miss
thoughts
you.
and prayers to Corey as he slowly passes away from his allergic reaction.
Slowly.
Uh-oh.
Bye.
Bye.